to My Heart Life Coaching presents the Door to Expansion webcast. Your host, Mar Anthony Hubbard. Co-host, Stephanie Hollins Passmore. Prepare your ears to listen and your heart to receive. As you take in words that change lives, renew hearts, and open minds.
We are live. We are back. Welcome. How's everybody doing today?
Good evening.
Doing well.
All right. So, today's topic, VA disability claims. And we have Dr. Tretta Nolan, and she will be joining us and talking about these disability claims. A lot of people, especially our veterans, transition service members, I hope y'all are tuning in today. And if you're not tuning in, please go and share this page so everybody will understand how to submit these claims and the reason why they need to submit them. So last week we talked about some of the benefits, and if you know what the benefits are, I think this is the best opportunity to sign up for those benefits. I mean, you've earned them. So we're going to get into it a little bit today. But before we do it, going to do some little introductions. I am Anthony Hubbard. I am the host of the Door to Expansion. I am the owner and founder of Speak to My Heart Life Coaching. And if you don't know what life coaching is, from my niche, however you want to say it, for mine, I'm all about relationships. And you can't have a relationship with anybody else until you have and know who you are as a person. So that is what I do. I try to help you find out what your goals and what your passions are, and then we try to get there. And then you move on and have other relationships and be fruitful and multiply. And I know y'all like that one, huh? My mom told me, she was like, hey, just because the Bible said be fruitful and multiply, it didn't mean that you were supposed to be the only one. So that's why I didn't have like 15 kids. So it was my mom's fault. But I digress. Miss Stephanie, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hey, y'all. Good evening. I am your co-host, Stephanie Hollins Passmore. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and a mental health counselor. I'm practicing here in the Pacific Northwest. I am the solo practitioner for the Narrative Shift, LLC, counseling and consultation. I facilitate healing. And, I don't really know why Maranthony has me on the show as a co-host, but I think I am an addition to the webcast, so we're here to, kind of provide a perspective, exploring different topics and how we can reinforce or manifest, negative and positive cycles of experiences. And so this webcast is to prayerfully educate ourselves and share sustainable solutions and resources. So let's grow together. Turning it over to Dr. Nolan. Introduce yourself.
Tell yes, people. Ma'am. Thank you all. Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Tretta Nolan, a recent graduate of Capella University. I received my PhD in business management with a concentration in leadership. Prior to all of that, I served in the United States Navy as a sailor. I retired in 2005, and I will forever be a sailor, and I'm a sailor's best friend, okay? I'm a sailor, however, I bleed Marine, okay? Why do I do this? Who am I? All that, right? Yeah, well, yeah. I do this because before leaving the Navy, I was stationed at EOD. And what I noticed just coming out the gate to either base here in the local area, the Norfolk Hampton Roads area, was how many veterans were standing outside the gate with a sign that said, homeless, need food, anything will help, on a piece of cardboard. And it just never clicked for me. Never. Right? I left the area. I went to DC. I worked for several federal government, federal agencies. And I returned probably about 5 or 6 years later, working for the VA. When I worked for the VA, I had a whole nother perspective than what I had previously, being a career counselor. And I said, wow, this is amazing. This is terrible. Yeah. So my reason, my passion, the thing that drives my passion is we hear all the time on the news, homeless veteran population is growing in San Diego. It's growing in Norfolk. It's growing in Seattle. It's growing in Memphis. Why are we not doing anything about it? Right? And don't go put Band-Aids on it, right? Don't put little programs together. It's mandatory to go to TAP. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does mandatory TAP mean? What are you doing in mandatory TAP that you wasn't doing before? Right? You're not doing anything different. Okay? You making it mandatory. They sign their name. Oh, I went to TAP. That's what you're doing. That's it. As far as the information that you're giving them to stay off the street, it's not there. You're not giving it to them. Okay? If you were, I wouldn't be formulating a business called Optimal Consultant LLC, ran by myself, right? It's for transition and service members. Anybody that needs my help, I'm going to stop what I'm doing and I'm going to help you. Okay? The typical phrase is she works from 2 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Sunday. I'm here for a vet. I will bleed for a vet. Okay? Mm-hmm. What I saw happen in the military, what I see out here in the streets, it's not right. It's not right at all. You can't tell me that an 18-year-old, 17-year-old can join the military, give you 4 years, give you 30 years, and you can't take care of them. Or even if you don't take care of them, are you showing them how to take care of themselves? And what resources are you providing them to make that happen for them? Right? That's my goal.
Okay.
Cool. I took the floor too much. I'm sorry.
Well, because it's going to lead me to something else, and then we're going to jump on the topic. So, and the reason why, because I see both sides of the coins on this one right here. As a person who teach employment and as a career counselor, some of the things that I did while in the service, plus what I'm doing now is in teaching employment, a lot of things, like you had mentioned, certain things are not provided to people, and then a lot of other things are provided to people, but how much of that information are they taking upon themselves? And, sometimes I think we blame different people or different services on something, but then other times it's all about taking responsibility, and sometimes that responsibility isn't taken up by the service members or whomever. So, I see it on both ways, but that's just my take on it. So,
right.
But let's jump into this consultant though, because everybody's here to learn about these claims. So, yes, like you mentioned, you're here for the transition and service member and the veterans themselves. So, with your services, what services do you actually provide?
What I actually provide is I teach. First, I fill out the paperwork with them, right? I do it telephonically, not virtually, right? And there's a reason behind not doing it virtually, because it's not that I can't get a live shot like we have right now. I have tried it, and the other person falls out the net. Okay, their internet service, what have you, they fall out. So rather than do Zoom or any other the programs, I just stayed with the phone and did the paperwork, right? Then I teach a class where I send the veteran or the service member the link, right, to the class, and it's straight out the va.gov website. I walk them through a series of pages, right? part of my life before I took over this, took on this challenge to help veterans, I used to teach for the VA. I used to teach executive TAP, the VA portion of TAP, right? And what I noticed over the years, just helping veterans, right? That's who I started helping at first, was only veterans. And what I was hearing was, oh, I'm not a Gulf War vet. Oh, I'm not this. So I figured out that the education piece was missing. They did not know that they were a vet, a Gulf War vet. They did not know what a peacetime vet was, right? So what I did, I went from World War II to right now, because we do have World War II. I do have World War II clients, right? And up to now, and I showed them the time frames where war is and war ended. Like right now, people don't realize we're still in war right now, right? And we're in the Gulf War today at 7/11, 8/28, 2022. We're still at war, okay? So the education piece, and that takes about 2 hours, but as you see, I like to talk. So if you ask me a question, you're going to get the answer, and you're going to get the answer in writing too. I don't just blurp it out my mouth and no, we finna go get the book and we're going to look it up. We're going in the website. I'm going to show it to you. None of my teachings are done via PowerPoint or anything like, no. I go straight into the VA's website and I point the information out to you, right? And what I normally tell folks, and this is everyone, is when you see the information, do not lie. When you get to the doctor, do not lie. What you tell the doctor is what you experience, right? So if you have a true condition, right? Like myself, I used to have what they call Donna Summers hair, right? If I let my hair out this pen, it used to go, right? It was big. Coming out the military, I have barely any hair now, okay? I have actual alopecia, right? And there's scarring in my scalp. All of that's going on, right? People don't know that's a claimable condition. My screen went away, so I can't read what you wrote in what questions you're going to ask me. Sorry.
Are you good?
Yeah, so that's what I provide. And what a lot of people, the clients have told me was, what I provide is the availability, right? The problem they have with using the free service, right? So that hint number one, I'm not free, okay? The problem they have with the free service is accessibility to the free service. So that's what's wrong with the process that's available to a vet, is the time frame that it's available. And when somebody comes out the military and didn't do this prior to coming out the military, the ability to get to an appointment, to get an appointment, to have your record reviewed, that becomes a problem. Even the people that's in the military have told me that the next available appointment at DAV, at AMVETS, at this other VSO's office is 90 days out. I'll be out the military by then. Can you help me? Okay, let's make sure again. Did you understand? I said I'm not free, right? And did you understand there are free services out here? Yes. Okay. Long as you understand that, and long as you know you have investigated and done what you need to do, I'm letting you know right now, when you pay me, that money is not refundable at all. Yeah, because I do it the day I teach the claim. Yeah, and I teach one-on-one. So that's the other benefit they get from me, is my service is just to you. You're the only person on the line with me. Usually their spouse, they're on the phone. The older vets, the World War II and Korea vets, their children are sitting in the room and listen and have questions for me too. And I entertain all that.
Now, is there an individual charge for a spouse, and are we taking?
Well, I don't mind telling you my price. My price is currently $3,500 right? And what does the $3,500 cover? The 4-hour class, right? 1 hour is your paperwork. 2 hours is your brief with me, the ability to ask questions, right? And I'm with you from what we call in the Navy, cradle to grave, from the beginning to the end, right? And it's up to you if that relationship ends. Like Mark Anthony said, I'm in the business of creating relationship and creating connections. So if you need me in the future, if you need to ask me a question, I'm readily available. So when you pay that money, you can text me, call me. Yeah. Hey, Miss Nolan, I need to talk to you. Okay. How much time you think you need? Oh, about 30 minutes. Okay. Give me a good time that you're available, right? So I usually allow the customer to tell me when they're available because most of my customers are working people and I want them to understand I'm at their call. When you call me, that's your time and you paid for that already. Yeah.
Wow,
And
that's
it's
a
not
lot.
I used to give a discount, but it don't work because when you have two people in the same household and like a husband and wife or a child and the parent is a vet and the child was a vet, they're not on the same road. They're on two different roads. So it don't make, because I end up giving out the time anyway. So that you paid for your time, you pay for your time. And I do it separately, or you can, if the other person allows you to listen to their brief, you listen and learn and like that. So I don't mind.
Now people can't just keep calling you and be like, "Where my check at?" Like,
I'm not that person. I give them the number 1-800-827-1000. Or better yet, create your eBenefits account, log in, and figure out where your claim is. If you can't figure it out right there, call the number. Hey guys, can you tell me what's going on with my claim? Got it?
And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna share this page right here, and it basically kind of sums up on the reason why she was mentioning about about the different accredited places that offer these same services for free. So I want everybody to know that yes, I mean you can go to these different places if you like. So, and it's on the VA. It's on the VA.gov website with benefits and everything. And it basically started talking about the accredited representatives, the roles and everything. So you got the VSOs and the VA accredited representatives who can actually do the claim for free. But yet again, if you use them, hey, I'm not saying they good nor bad, but like she said, it's all about the time, the accountability portion of it. And I know, especially for myself and the other people that I've referred her to, I mean, like she said, she's there from the cradle to the grave. So if there's any time that you've been stuck or anything like that, you can always go right back to her and say, hey, I got a question. Or, hey, you know what? My stuff came back and they denied everything. What can we do? And that process, and she'll just start the process all back up and you go for it. So there are some benefits. Well, there's a lot of benefits to it. So, but hey, one of the things I always like to preference and tell people that your service nor these services is going to offer you 100%. Am I correct with that?
Yes, you are correct. And my disability and your disability percentage are very different because we served in very different capacities, right? And so your disability is rated based on what you truly sustain, whereas and mine is the same way. So you can't sit here and compare, oh, my Anthony got for his alopecia. As you can see, his alopecia, his might not be alopecia, right? So it has to be diagnosed. It has to be a condition, right? You have to have a treatment plan going on. Dermatology, right? I'm going to dermatology. I do have the medications issued, blah, 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 blah. He might not have never went and got no treatment or no medication issued. He got a treatment for it, and he's good with that. I wasn't good with that. It kept falling on the floor. I kept having to sweep up hair, vacuum up hair. So yeah, the difference of the condition is based on the severity for each individual and each condition, right? So we could all have alopecia. What's the severity? And that's how it's rated based on severity and your treatment plan, what you have done to get help for it, that type of thing.
So that brings up to another question. Well, it's gonna be two questions. The first question is, can people just file themselves?
Oh, yes, you can absolutely file yourself. So what I equate this with is, people can do their own income tax, right? You could do your own VA claim. But the difference is, just like with income tax, right? Difference between you getting someone that knows how to do this, right? Such as a VSO or a paid consultant, right? A reputable paid consultant, right? You get quality over, oh, I got it done. No, you need to make sure that what you're buying into is a lucrative thing. It's positive, right? So yes, you could do it yourself. You can make scrambled eggs yourself, but you sure like the ones from over there at IHOPs. You sure like the ones over there at Waffle House, don't you? You want your bacon. Okay, go get your bacon, right? It's the same thing, right? If you want bacon dripping with grease, go to that place that you like, right? If you want a BLT, oh, you know what? Marie's Diner do it great. Man, that club sandwich, oh my God, that BLT, oh my God. Same thing. That's how the word spread about these claims. It's VSO so-and-so. Yeah, they work for DAV. Man, they on it. They gonna do your claim for you. Everything's gonna be together. Dress right dress. Oh, that girl over there. Yeah, Dr. Note, go find her. Oh, yeah. So that's how it goes. It's based on your reputation and your ability to get the stuff done for them. So you can go to DAV, you can go to AMVET and any other VSOs out there. It's quite a long list at the va.gov website, right? All of us are not accredited by the VA. Some of us don't want to be accredited by the VA, but those of us that don't, we're not out here to rip you off. We're out here to assist you and help you get what you rightfully deserve and have earned, okay? And show you what the benefits are, not just for quote unquote financial reasons. As we were discussing earlier, when you become a disabled vet, you have other benefits following that, okay? That doesn't just stop at a financial gain once a month, on the first of the month. That's not where it stops. There's other things that come with that: medication, hospital visits, that kind of thing, your checkups. All of that is to you and to your benefit based on you filing your claim.
So, since we're talking about the claim process right now, so who can file a claim, and what's the time limit, or is there a time limit?
There is no time limit to file a claim. I have, like I said, I got World War II vets. Those guys are in there. Let's call it, I'm gonna say they're in their early 80s, mid to late 90s, and I'm filing their claim. And there is no time limit. Once I file their claim, you would have thought I went and touched Jesus and touched their hand. They're like, oh my God, I've been going to the VA for years and nobody. Oh my God, how did you do this? How did you do this? Here you go, sir. Here you go, ma'am. Yeah. And they're in total shock. Total shock. They're like, oh my God. All their kids are, like I said, when I file somebody that much older, their children are there listening, their wife, they're there listening. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, the whole family, grandkids, they all participate. Because the grandkids at that point, they're our age. And they're listening. They're like, oh wow, Papa got this. Yeah, Mama got that. Yeah. We have elderly female veterans too, and it's terrible. It is terrible that They did not know to file a claim. They kept going to the VA and getting help, right? Medical treatment, but they never filed the claim. Wow. And when I say pull your record, they pull the record, we package everything up, and it goes. And when it comes back, I'm going to tell you something, young lady. You my daughter for life. Yeah. Every time. Every time. Yeah, because when you think about it, I'm on the East Coast. When I have a veteran in California that's able to call me on their time schedule, that's a different bargain. And think about free. Free is right down the street from their house. But I'm all the way across the country, and I'm filing the claim, and it came through for them. They're just in shock. Yeah, and very grateful, very grateful.
And that $3,500 professional fee is like a drop in the bucket when
it comes back. When it comes back, they're in. Yeah, for the elderly folks, right? This is my caveat on the 3,500. The folks that are old enough to be my parents or older, right? They only pay 1/3 of the fee. And they don't pay it in the front. They pay it when their claim comes back and when the VA has paid them. So I hurry up and do the claim for them, get them in the process, and within probably 6 months, Miss Nolan, Dr. Nolan, Dr. T, I got your money. Oh, calm down. It's okay. Take your time. It's okay. Yeah. But yeah, that I don't, the folks that are old enough to be my parents, they don't, yeah. So you have to be at least 20 years older than me to get 1/3, only pay 1/3 of the fee. And you still get the same type of service.
Well, considering you're only 40 years old, I guess that's a good thing.
You know what? You like messing with my age, right?
So, what are some of the things, since you did plenty of claims? I'm not even gonna guess how many claims you've done, right. But what are some of the commonly claimed things that you've seen?
So when a service member or veteran approach me, they approach me with the typical things: hypertension, diabetes, right? Like that. They don't think about the arthritis. They don't think, oh, I have a student in the room, huh? Okay. They don't think about the arthritis, right? Joint arthritis. They up here popping knuckles and all this, right? And really? Yeah, they don't think about the joint pains. They look, she pushing up some more fingers. Okay. Yeah, headache.
All I'm saying, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Right. They don't think about the glasses, right? When you join the military, where you wearing glasses, right?
Glasses.
The skin condition, right? They don't think about things like that. So when I teach the class, that's when they see it. They're like, oh, I can claim that? Yeah. Did you go to the... I did. I got pseudo. I had a no-shave chit in the military. What? Yeah, you're supposed to claim it. Yeah, look at Stephanie. Look at right. Hirsutouism. You gotta... Right? Okay.
No, she needs the full razor.
Okay.
Oh, this is a friendly show.
This is a family-friendly show, sir. Stop it. Yeah. You're not going to get us off kilter today, right?
I'm going to get him afterwards.
You know? Mm-hmm. One of the biggest things that people don't think about, and the people that have it, sweaty palms, sweaty feet. They don't think about it. Look, she up here. Now you all on another hand, huh? Now you... Right.
I'm at like 60%.
Right. You see? Just 6 items, right? And you just counted it at 10% a piece, right? And it might not be that. They might be rated completely different from what you're saying, right? The starting scale, right?
What about female reproductive?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. When someone goes through the class, they'll see all that because that's on the VA's website. So that's what I say is wrong with the process, right? The information is out there, it's free, but nobody ever told the veteran that it's sitting out there. Like some of the things that Mr. Hood would learn from me today, he'll tell you. He was like, he brought up a topic, and I said, hey, come pull this up right here. Put this Control F. Put this up. You see that? He like, are you kidding me? I said, no. That's a fact. And where did I get him from? I didn't have a PowerPoint. I took him straight to va.gov. Click on this. Control F. Type this word in. You see what it say? Every vet, the 2-hour class I teach, every vet should go through it. You don't even have to file a claim. You need to go through that class. Yeah, but I don't do it for free. I will not teach it for free because even though the information is out there, the government has not made it and told everybody about it, right? If I didn't know about it, if I didn't work there, I wouldn't know about it, right? So knowledge is power. And what my signature block says is all knowledge is spendable. It is dependent on the time and the market and the exchange rate at the time that it's tendered. So when you go to the store today to buy Cheerios, right? Apple Jacks, it's $13 a box. In our young days, it was $3-4 a box. What happened? Right. It's the time that it's tendered, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're not ready to receive the information, you can tender it all day long. They're not hearing it, right? And so that's what the VA has done. They have tendered the information on their website, presented the, but who knows about it? You got to let people know about it. So that's a further thing down the road that I'm not ready to say today publicly that I want to do later on. I need 5 minutes every evening, right? And I'm going to show you some things, right? A vet needs to know and their family needs to know. 5 minutes every evening. That's all I want. Tyler Perry, I hope you heard this. Yes.
Here, hold on for a minute. We're gonna take our break, and it's gonna bring us into our new topic right here. So hold on, and we'll be right back. Well,
technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Started her served in the Air Force until 5 years ago. She says she was sexually assaulted and harassed starting when she first enlisted at 18. Discharged for medical reasons, she went to the VA looking to file for disability compensation related to the trauma she'd endured.
They told me, we're not really sure how to do that. You'll get denied. Someone said that to you? Mm-hmm. You'll get denied. Because don't even bother. Don't even bother.
At the time, she says she couldn't work, had a 4-year-old stepson, and barely had enough to pay the rent.
I wanted to get stable. I didn't have to worry about, am I going to have a house tomorrow? Am I going to have food tomorrow? Because of this.
And to get all that, you needed someone to recognize what had happened to you. For veterans who were wounded.
So during that little clip, and I know that the first portion of it was kind of cut off, but that one right there was talking about the military sexual assault portion. And a lot of people have, and this is one of the things that we were talking about when Dr. Nolan, whenever she had mentioned about the topic that we were discussing earlier, and she said that she showed me in black and white, and I was pretty amazed on some of the stuff that had popped up in there. So I'm gonna share this with y'all. Let's see here. So VA uses the term military sexual trauma to refer to sexual assault or sexual harassment experienced during military service. To receive free treatment to receive free training related to MST, veterans do not need a VA service-connected disability and do not need to have reported the incident when it happened or have other documentation. And there are no length of service requirements to care, and some veterans may be able to receive free MST-related care even if they are not eligible for other VA care. So, and one of the things and the reason why I said that was pretty important because I've seen that story right there. And of course, you would think if people didn't report it, you would think that their claims would be like null and void. But now, like she said, if this information is not put out or you don't know where to look for this information, who would have ever knew about that? So what are some of your thoughts about this?
So back to my statement, right? Back to my signature block. All knowledge is spendable. It's dependent on the market and the exchange rate at the time that it is tendered, right? I've had several rape victims, raped downrange, men, women, young, old. And when I say old, military old is about 30, right? Military old is 30. That's 10 years into the military, at least, right? Usually. It's hard. And Stephanie, on your end, the psychological end, psychologically, nobody wants to tell you they've been raped. Nobody wants to discuss that. But the only way to get treatment, to get help, is to divulge the information, right? And like the clip that he showed you says, it didn't have to have been reported, right? You don't have any documentation. So one of my male rapes was actually documented on the evening news. He had been in the Navy about his first term, right? And the ship was pulling out of Jacksonville, Florida, or Mayport, Florida, on a 6-month cruise. And he was raped and robbed at gunpoint at the ATM machine on base the day before the ship left. The ship still took him. When he broke down, now by this time he's a chief, broke down and told me his story, I said, oh, no. And I held his hand and I said, no, sir, that is not how we do business. That's not gonna happen. I said, we're gonna take care of you. And when he actually handed me his claim originally, it only had like 3 irrelevant things on there. And when I say irrelevant, I'm talking about broken pinky toe, just some basic stuff where he has this big issue that he never got treated for. This guy spent 22 years in the United States Navy and lived on base in the barracks for 22 years, never got married, never had children. All from that first 4-year mark. Okay? That's one of my worst rape cases, right? He was raped, stabbed, and robbed at gunpoint. Okay? When his case was finished, I sent him into counseling. When his case was finished, he got 100%, permanent and total. And it was for nothing he thought was valid. Something he wasn't willing at first to divulge and say, this happened to me. Pulled his ball cap up. He had scars. His tongue was cut up from the knife, from them stabbing him. And he never told anybody. What made matters even worse, he had went on a military, Navy and Army, I know for fact, have mobile training teams. He went on a mobile training team overseas to South America, and he was accused of rape of an Air Force girl. And he said, Miss Nolan, that's not true. I didn't rape anybody. I'm gay. I said, oh, wow. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to get you some help. You're free now. Yeah, I just told him, I'm going to get you some help. You understand? That makes no sense. He told me how his chief treated him when he was an E4, when the incident first happened. He told me how the division officer treated him. And me being a sailor, I seen it. I seen things like that happen. So what he was telling me, it's not snowflakes, pixie dust. It's none of that. Those are facts. I hear you. I hear everything you say. What I'm going to do, we're not going to worry about that. I need you to say it to a professional, a licensed professional, and let them write this up for you. Once we have that record developed, I'm moving your case through. Don't worry about it. I'm going to help you write everything together, and you going through. It took him about 18 months, but he's 100% permanent and total. And he's free. He doesn't mind telling folks that I'm gay. Yeah. I was robbed. And then he had the other problem. He couldn't his gentleman wouldn't come to attention. That's my nice way of saying it, right? His part would not come to attention, right? You can't accuse him of rape when he got that problem. And it was documented before that incident. What are you accusing him of? What did he rape you with? How? Did he touch you? No. Nothing in the court martial, none of that. Finally, everything got thrown out. I tell you, it took 18 months for the case to come to an end. Yeah. So what I offer them is trust, talk, being able to talk to me, and being able to direct them like someone of your caliber, Stephanie, that can get them mental health counseling, put them into the community where they feel safe to talk, and oh, nobody's gonna make fun of me. Oh, you're gay. Oh, you're gay. None of that. No. So that's very important when you're trying to file a claim, especially for that caliber of difficulty.
Yeah. So you create that initial safe space. Yeah, and we can only heal from things we talk about.
I pass them on. Like I know a Stephanie. Oh, okay, yeah, I got a counselor for you. Blah blah blah. If I don't, I tell them. I look it up real quick. VA facilities, Florida. VA facilities, Illinois. You see this right here? Go to the vet center. Which one is near you? Call that one. Tell them you need mental health care. Free. You don't pay for it. Free. When you're in the military, you don't pay for it. I heard recently that some of the VA vet centers was telling clients that the vet center is not available to them. I pulled it up on VA's website. I said, Master Chief, no, that's a lie. Here you go, sir. Here's the information. Go over there in your uniform, show them this information, and tell them, say that again. You said it's not free here? It's free. Right. Yeah, the only way for you to combat problems like that is for you to meet them head on. You can't hide behind the bush and say, oh, the vet center would never do nothing like that. No, don't say that. The VA would never do anything like that. Who told you that, and what did they say to you, right? Give them the information, the knowledge, for them to move forward with it. You take this over there and you ask for that person's supervisor and say, hey, can you explain to me why I can't get this service? Yeah. Be very cordial. Ask the question, right? And of course, all that's been squashed lately. Yeah, when they call me California, Phoenix, and tell me stuff like that, I'm like, really? Yeah.
Well, of course, we know sexual trauma is a big topic. But what are some other overlooked claims for female and male people that claim stuff? So I know some, because some of these things we found, and you said like the young guy, the man who said that, his stuff is not working, his genitalia is not working. And, that's something I might be ashamed of, so I might not claim something like that. So what are some other things that people might be ashamed of that they should be claiming?
So with the females, we have the hemorrhoids, males, the hemorrhoids, right? Polyps, anal polyps, fissures, those type of things. People don't want to claim it, right? A lot of people don't know this. You can have dental stones. You have stones in your mouth. A lot of people don't know that, right? And so their jaws are extra chipmunkish, right? Yeah. So they say, oh, I didn't know that was a condition. It's in your record. It's in your record. Yeah, what are you saying? So part of the services I didn't speak about earlier, that I read their record. I read their record. And I pointed out to them, one of the strangest things that ever happened to me, I was asked to help someone, and the guy had cancer in his record, and he didn't know it. I said, how do you not know you got cancer? I said, it's in your record.
Wow.
And I don't normally meet my clients, right, in person. I FedEx and things like that. I made an exception for him. I said, I need to meet you today. I need to meet you. Yeah. And he was like, why today? I said, no. I need to meet you today. I said, I don't even want to say to you what I see in your record, because the person that referred you to me said they don't know that you have that condition. You don't have anything dramatically wrong with you. I want to see you today. And I went and met him. And when I showed him his record, he was like, no, nobody ever told me that. So what happened was they removed his appendix. And in the matter of removing his appendix, they found cancer and never told him.
That's crazy.
And this was so appendix, right? Normally like 24, 25, and I'm saying normal, right? I'm not a medical doctor, right? I'm an academic PhD, right? I was like, whoa. He said, no, nobody ever said it. And I told him, I said, when they tag that, they put your name on it. I said, so I had to run down to the bottom of your page to see, am I still looking at the same person? Because when your friend referred you to me, they didn't say, and he has this, which is something you should have told me if I'm reading this record, because that's one of the top things I'm putting on this claim. So I was like, whoa. So folks like that, they get real shocked because they're not aware that all this stuff is in their record. Yeah. Nobody ever made them aware. It's just there.
One of the other things, so we had Anthony Goodson. He chimed in, just came in. What did he come into? Hey, Anthony, what you done came into is some real life disability claim things that should be claimed, and a lot of people are not claiming them for whatever reason. Some people could be ashamed of what they need to claim. One of the things me and Dr. Nolan was talking about earlier was IBS. Some people, and here I'll show you what they say about IBS in the VA, as far as the VA go. So the signs and symptoms of IBS vary, but are usually present for a long time. The most common include abdominal pain, cramping, and bloating that is related to passing the bowel movement. Changes in how often you have a bowel movement. Other symptoms include bloating, increased gas, or mucus in the stool. So we talked about that, and it's all good and fine to put it on there. But one of the things and this is another thing from if you use her services, she's gonna give you this advice right here. Go for it.
So one of the biggest things about things like that, right? I'm a mother, right? My children are 35 and 34 years old. I'm a grandmother. My grandkids have been here in my house with me. So one of the things you teach people, a human being, when you boo-boo, when you do number 2, when you have a BM, right? Make sure you look in the toilet. What's
Look
in
back
there?
at it. Look back at it.
Look back at it. That smell? Oh, child, the smell? Oh, you need to tell the doctor. What is it supposed to smell like? If it ain't what it normally smells like, something wrong. You better go check it out. Not necessarily something wrong. You need to check it out, okay? And after 40, you need to make sure you check it out. After 50, you need to be making sure you check it out, right? And can it show up earlier than that? Yes. Colon polyps, things like that, irritable bowels, constipation, diarrhea, hemorrhoids, all that flowing together, right? You need to make sure you go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Tom Jordan used to have a thing at the end of his show. Go to the doctor. You don't want to go? Call Stephanie. Hey, Steph, what you doing today? Can you go to my appointment with me? Get your buddy to go with you to your appointment. Your buddy could go hang out with you in the club. Why they can't help you to hang out at the doctor's office? Okay?
They watching you twerk. They can watch you open your legs for somebody
Whoa,
to
whoa,
check.
whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa.
Look, get a good girlfriend or
That's it.
guy
Go to
friend,
the
whatever.
office. Go to the doctor. All right? Go to the doctor. Go take care of your body. Show yourself some love. That's love. Right? Love comes in action. You got to take care of yourself. All right? You, like he was saying, different other to put that last part up for me. Other symptoms include bloating, increased gas, or mucus in the stool. It doesn't say anything about the smell, right? It doesn't say, oh, you better look in the toilet. But your mama told you that. The woman that raised you told you that, right? Or the adult that raised you told you, always look in that toilet. Even with your urine, the same thing. The smell, oh, tell the doctor. Make an appointment. Don't negate things that you know, oh, something ain't right. I shouldn't be eating and going to the bathroom within an hour. Is that normal? You call the elders in your family, call your friends that are older than you. Man, did you have that when you hit 40? Man, did your thing stop working? You ask. Your trusted friend. Hey, shipmate, man, what you doing? Can we have a conversation? And you talk about it, right? When they tell you, nah, I think you better go check that out. Man, do you have them headaches where you feel like you're about to fall down? You have that? No, go see the doctor. Go to the emergency room. You having that right now? Go to the emergency room. Yeah, go to the emergency room. Yeah, my head feels so heavy it's gonna fall. Really? No, call the ambulance, okay? Yeah, go to the emergency room. Things like that. You should be able to reach out, have that trusted friend, trusted partner. Hey, man, if they can't even go with you to the appointment, at least they could be on the phone with you while you go. You in the emergency room now? Yeah. Call me before you leave there. Okay. Right? Stuff like that. Just because they can't go with you, make sure they show up for you in some way, shape, or form.
I remember every time I used to tell my grandmother, like, I don't feel good. The first thing she had, when the last time you had a bath? I'm like,
when the last time you boo-boo, honey?
Yes.
Right. I'm telling you, that's one of the things as a mom, as a caretaker, you know, my daddy's passed now, but things that he would talk to me about, you know, like, whoa, like, Daddy, did you tell the doctor that? No. Daddy, you in the medical field. Why you didn't tell the doctor? Yeah. And then that's when you know to start making him notes, right? So that's where the notebook comes from in my counseling, in my consultation. I tell my people, get a notebook. You know how we have a wheel book on the ship in the Navy? Get a wheel book. Write everything down. I will do this. That's what the wheel book is. I will. Write it down. Right? So I got my daddy a notebook and I said, when you go to the doctor, so he had a section in the notebook. When I go to the doctor, tell the doctor this. So he'll flip it out. And when he saw the doctor, I told him, don't cross it out. Just highlight it that you've already told the doctor. And if it happened again, you put a mark next to it and you tell him, oh, this is still happening. When I boo-boo, back there hurt. It hurt. Okay, tell them it hurt. It might not be what you think it is. It might be something even worse.
Because every Whitney ain't got a Bobby. I'm referring to a Bobby and Whitney episode where he had to help her get it out.
You know what? I wish you would have showed me that clip. I mean, told me about that. I would have pulled that clip up.
Look, I didn't know we was going there.
Okay. So Anthony, he made the first statement he had made. How Stephanie gonna try to make it look sexy, but seriously, blood, etc., will show up for the possible colon cancer. And then also he put on there take a loved one to the doctor. Fun fact: he worked with Tom Joyner on the campaign in 2002.
Yes.
So Anthony was a worldwide traveler there.
Hello. Let's get it done, sir. Come on, Mr. Gadsden. Or Goodson or Gadsden? Goodson.
Yeah. So we're gonna be wrapping it up in a little bit, but one of the other things that I always like to tell people, and this about the ratings themselves. You know, a lot of people come in and be like, "Oh man, I got a 0%." So is 0% good?
0% is great. 0%, and people will say too, "Oh, I didn't get nothing. Everything was denied." Did you read the report? Did you look for the favorable findings? Look in the favorable findings. Go to the doctor. Right? 0 is great. 0 to 100 is a rating, right? 0 just means your condition is not bad enough that they believe that compensation is necessary. If you disagree, you write it up and say, I totally disagree with what you have written here. My condition is blah, 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 right? So just because Stephanie says vision deterioration with kaleidoscope vision, right? That you see kaleidoscopes in your eyes. Remember in the cartoons, the eyes would just go around in a circle? If you got that, you need to tell the doctor that. Most people would go to the doctor and they be so embarrassed, like, oh, I'm dead. Why are you so dramatic? Yeah, but they won't go to the doctor. And they won't tell the doctor. Come on, go to the doctor. Yeah.
And here's one, and it is kind of going to end our show a little bit. But, well, two things. The first thing is, you mentioned about, resubmitting claims. So should a veteran ever stop or give up of submitting something?
No, I'll use my dad. My dad is my first case I ever wrote. I wrote it while I was on active duty as an E5 stationed at ACU 2, Little Creek, Norfolk, Virginia. I was working at Ops at the time. I'm a quartermaster. And the message traffic came across, all Vietnam vets should submit a claim. I was like, I said, oh, we're not going to get my daddy to do that. He's not going to do it. And I just kept running that over in my head like, oh, my God, my daddy not going to do it. He's not going to do it. I just did it. I said, Daddy, you going to sign it? I ain't signing nothing. I'm like, oh, okay, sir. No problem. One time I went to visit him. Now, mind you, he's homeless. I said, you signed the stuff? No. Yeah, I'm a little E5. I got 2 kids. I put him in a homeless shelter in Philadelphia. I paid for the homeless shelter and I paid for his cell phone so he could keep in touch with his other children. And he kept saying no. One time I went to visit him, he said, I signed them papers, honey. I said, oh, you did? I said, oh, watch these babies. I'll be right back. And I said, yeah, I'll be right back. I was just making sure the post office was open. I packed everything up and sent it. And 10 years later, he got raided. It took him 10 years, but I didn't know what I know now back then, right? Now, when I prepare a package, it's in there. You get an appointment within 2 weeks. And the max I've seen that an appointment took was about 3 to 4 months. But that's backlog caused that. Other than that, once them appointments start rolling, they rolling. Yeah, never stop filing your claim. Never stop making the VA hear you. It's just like that. Remember that little kid where he kept saying, Linda, Linda, Linda. Remember? That's it. Feed that little kid. Linda, Linda, Linda. Right. VA. VA. Right. Don't give up. Don't give up. You gotta love yourself. You gotta take care of yourself. All right. At the end of the day, we all join the military, and the number one thing that we learn in the military is our health is why we're here. Right? Everybody doesn't qualify to be in the military. Right? When you go to MAPS, so many people become an attrition. Right? When you go to boot camp, people become an attrition. Throughout their career, they become an attrition, right? But you need to know that if you made it in, when you got to live, you have to take care of yourself. Your health is very important. It needs to be number one priority. Drinking water, exercising. And I don't mean going to the gym and, you got to be LL Cool J, Mr. Muscle. You ain't gotta be that. You could go outside and walk and walk just right down the street to the corner and back. Do that twice a day. I promise you, your heart will thank you. I promise you, your family will thank you. Right? Eat right. Stop eating artery clogging pork chop sandwich, mayonnaise, and calm down, people. Calm down.
Well, that's what I'm cooking tonight.
Well, you sitting up there talking about all that. I think you need to calm down because I'm sure enough getting hungry from listening to that. Hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And we gonna have some people filing some claims, huh, Miss Hollins, ma'am?
Look, I done used up all fingers and a toe, a big toe. So
that's how many claim items that everything you talked about. Okay, all right. Everything. And your co-partner in the house, right? You like, oh, we finna file the claim now.
Look, I can't be worried about nobody but me.
That's right.
Look, you gonna sign these papers or what?
Sign these papers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to wrap it up because we have went over a little bit of our time. But one of the biggest things is that I want to make sure people who wanted to get a hold of you, how would they be able to do that?
It's Optimal Consulting. I
got you.
You got it. Put it up there for me. Okay.
Y'all can email her at optimalconsultant1@gmail.com.
And the reason I have to stutter about it, I used to have Optimal Consultant LLC. So the email address changed to one.
So one of the biggest things I hope that everybody really got out of here is one, co-file, please. If you're a transition service member, if you're a veteran, don't give up on trying to file. Go ahead and file. Look at last week's shows. You can find out. Like she mentioned, it's not always about the money. Of course, the money is a good thing, but it's not always about that money. So go in there and look at last week's show. There was a whole bunch of things that Sonia provided to us as far as education go, as far as the medical stuff go. It was just a lot of things that goes into the VA claim. So, and one of the things that Dr. Nolan had mentioned was, especially using her services, is even if you do need to refile, she's there for you. So, like she said, her services aren't free, but at the same time, the stuff that she's offering you from cradle to grave and getting that from starting it and doing all the paperwork for you to ending it up until that check hits your account, she's there for you. So, Dr. Nolan, do you have any parting words for everybody?
I do have parting words. If you need a consult, just to talk to me, because certain things, just like what Anthony learned today about when he talked, he said, hey, I was watching this clip on MST, and when I pulled that up, his eyes went, he was like, whoa. He said, are you serious? That's for real? I said, did we just pull it up out VA.gov? He's like, yeah. I said, okay. So it might be something you want to claim or you want to tell me, and you just never thought you should do it. I don't think no, you can talk to me. I don't charge you for the initial consult. It's when you come back and you say, yeah, I want to do the claim, then the payment is due. Okay? So you can email me, hey, I'd like to talk to you. No problem at all. None at all. Yep. Anything else? I'm sorry. Kept falling down.
Miss Stephanie Hollis Passmore, you have any parting words for the people?
Short and simple. Look back at it. So
Oh,
look back at it. And if it ain't right,
if you got to
talk to somebody.
I thought you was gonna have a rhyme with that. If it ain't right, what?
You know, I ain't talented like that. But,
oh my gosh. Boy, I tell you, y'all folks. So the other thing I really got is you can't enjoy wealth if you're not in good health. That's plain and simple. You know, like I was just mentioning, yes, it's not all about the money, but even that when the first of the month come around, if you in bad health, guess what? That money that's coming, it's not gonna do you any good. Now, yet again, some of them benefits do pass on, so the family will be very excited that you've done this. So sometimes it ain't all about you, and especially, you know, we always talking about generational wealth, and we want to make sure it continues. So make sure if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the family, if anything. So if y'all don't have anything else, I don't have anything else. And all our viewers, we'd like to say thank you for watching. Please share and tell everybody else about it. Next week, we should probably be talking about entrepreneurship. And so if anybody is looking at owning their own business or getting started, please join us next week. And with that, I'm good. Y'all got anything? Last words?
Great talking with y'all. Take care.
you as well.
And thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. No problem. Invite me anytime. Thank you.
Sure enough.
Take care.
And we out.
We out.